Back. Okay, things are working much better now. I hope. I realised the error of my ways. I've installed Xpilot. Xbox's friendship is now terminated. Xpilot is now my new friend. I'm going to request ground service and get myself back on.
All right, service is on the way.
Right, aircraft started up properly as well, so whatever was going on there is sorted as well. I have shiny new things, including a dome, which I need to actually configure a camera for, but once I've done that, that's fine. What's more important is I'm not fighting my own camera now as well, so having the correct plugins makes X-Plane work lovely. Mental note. Oil pressure's coming up. Oil temperature's coming up. Carburetor temperature is ridiculous. Let's change that around and see what that does. Okay, so that's where that needs to go. I'll just get the cylinder temperature ups by closing the cowl flaps for a while. Good. Alright, fingers crossed we're back up and running.
Okay, a push cart is on it.
Alright, since we're on an uncontrolled air, we should really be on the Unicom.
Here we go.
What's the key for pushback? Flight, the ground handling window, which gives you this. Then you have a request pushback straight, and you're on. I'm going to join 121.7 Domestus. You can do a radio check with me there. Hopefully you can actually see my aircraft in the server as well.
Just that water ridge.
Let's come up.
United Nations 793, radio check 121 decimal.
Golf Delta Golf 688, 5i, how me?
555 also, holy shit.
Yeah, you were right, X-Pilot's better. Golf Delta Golf 688, taxiing active runway 34. Golf Delta Golf 688, crossing the heli runway 14. There we go. There we go. The half lap should be enough. Well, that's a pain in the ass to get to, but I'll live with that for now. Okay. Golf Delta Golf 680 rolling runway 34 for Aberdeen air traffic. Well, that was a very strange departure there. Going sideways for crying out loud. Alright, positive, right, let's get the gear up. Let's get the flaps up stage. Alright. Alright. Flaps and gear are up, it's stable, good climb rate. Just need to trim the aircraft out a bit for the correct departure. Cowl flaps open and definitely get rid of the carb temps. It's trying to overheat the engine, huh? Chin to nav 1 here. And to nav 2 there. So we're just going to have to keep one eye on the temperatures by the looks of things. I think that's where I went wrong the last time.
Are you still connected?
I think so.
Okay, I just don't see you on the traffic. That was probably my problem.
X-Pilot thinks I'm connected. I'm about to pass over the Aberdeen VOR. Alright, let's have a look at the power settings. So climb is 35 for 2400 RPM. Let's I suspect these figures may be wrong now.
Just that too, auto lead.
Oh wow, so running auto rich is I'm just going like a rocket ship now, holy crap. Ooh. There's just no sensitivity difference between... Oh, that's what it is. Use the correct wheel, go stock. That will make your experience a lot nicer. I suspect I overfilled the... that's why I made the engines go bang the last time, because I threw a whole bunch of fuel in them. I would certainly do it, I would think. So once we get to 6,000, we'll be at 31, 32. And 67 miles to go before we get to our chosen needle. Aberdeen traffic pushing Unicom. Good day. Alright, we're now trimming along nicely. So as I said there, game plan, we'll tune to Wick on nav 1 now. And we'll have Kirkwall on tune 2. There we go. I don't want the NDV, I want the 4 nav. There we are. Not picking that up just yet. Nope. That's fine. Get myself under 6,000 feet again because that was my assigned altitude. And get the distance marker going there. Brilliant. Radio check.
Five by five.
Oh, I'm glad this works at least. Alright. We are flying safe-ish. As safe as you can for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Welcome back, Jules! Sorry for the interruption, but good news is things are now working thanks very much in large parts to Domestos and his ability to find me the right plugins. Now with 100% less fire. For now. Thanks, Jules. I think I'm going to need it this time. I have decided very much though that I like Vulcan, because I mean that's I've got to be wrong, but that is, yes, that's an aircraft carrier that I'm able to spot quite easily. DCS, fix your shit. Let's just quickly check the gauges. Carburetor temperatures are a little high, but there's not much I can do about that. We'll shut down the booster pumps, I reckon. Should take the pressure off the cylinder heads and so on. Sure enough it does. There's the carburetor temperatures coming right on down to normal again. Alright, let's get the cylinder heads turned a little. Get them set to automatic. I'll just close up the cowls a little bit, which will mean I probably need to change the trim bit. Very good. Alright. I'm much happier with how this aircraft feels to fly now. Helps if you follow the instructions, I suppose. Fuel pressure's good, RPMs are good. Ooh, very nice, Jules. That's very good of you. This is what I love about the sim community. We all look after each other. And Domestis, I'm very much looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the X56. I guess you'll just have to claim for a replacement, Jules. It is a big air stick compared to what you're used to with your CH, but I'll send you a screen capture or a picture rather of my setup, Domestis. I have the X56 sitting between my legs on top of a pile of those little plastic stackable boxes, and I have my throttle just sitting resting on my desktop, which sits on the ground, and I'm sitting in a camp chair. It works. But for just the price of a cup of coffee every month, in about 3 years' time, you too can get me a sim racing chair. Yeah, I mean that would work. I am proof that I can make really simple and easy systems work fairly well. Yeah, it would be pretty shaky, I would imagine, Jules. I need to get a camera set up for this dome. That'd be handy for navigation. At the moment, I'm just going to cheat and look outside. But there it is there. One observation bubble. Use that for navigation. That way everyone else in the back can scream that I'm lost. Cut the throttle just a little and make a slight course correction. I'm fairly happy for this, given how much given how long it's been since I flew in this aircraft. It's a fairly docile aircraft to handle. You just have to really pay attention to the engine management now, because they've much more accurately modelled sudden changes and surges in the engine. So no more sawing back and forth the throttle during landing, unfortunately. The realism and rivet counters will be loving this. I, however, will be counting how many engines I bin during this trip around the world. And there's the other side of Scotland coming up. Now from there, we're going to transfer from Wick to Kirkwall, which hasn't quite loaded in yet, but is going to. There's Kirkwall Airfield there. Now that's not our final destination, that's just that's our final navigation point though. Then I'll have a fairly long trip on the across the Orkney to Shetland. Now that will require a fair degree of precision. Because I've just flown this heading for how long? Let's see, so the first trip was 31 miles. Then the first trip was 36 miles. No, 74 miles. This is the longest part of the trip here, 76 miles. After that it's 31 miles, then another 74 mile trip across open water. So my frame rate should be nice. And then it is my considered hope and belief that I will end up seeing the Shetland Isles in front of me. Assuming, of course, I have done the navigation right. Sure enough, there it is. So once we transfer through Wick, I'll set Kirkwall to nav 2 and I'll set Sumter to nav 1, and that will be fine enough. And I'm starting to get needles for Wick already, which is fantastic news. And we can probably... There's Wick Airfield there. So that is my target for now. A little high, that's fine, we'll just bring that down, down a touch. I find it interesting. I have to it looks like I'm almost nosing the aircraft down, and I'm still somewhere down bottom of the ground, the bottom layer. I have to push the nose down, and the aircraft still wants to climb. The wings on this DC-3 are freaking massive. But I will say it's a beautifully modelled aircraft, and I'm very happy with it. shift the chatto over here. And now let's put the Sky Vector flight plan on the left hand monitor. There we go, much nicer. So I hope everyone's having a much better day today. We had a rare moment of beautiful Scottish sunshine, so I thought I had to take advantage of this and fly the next part of my leg. From Shetland, I'd be interested to see which way everybody wants me to go next. I want to try and find my way to Iceland. That will be a very long trip though. I might well do that in the evening, because all you're going to see is water, guys. I need to study the map. In fact, I might do that while we're sitting on autopilot just a little longer. So the next pit stop looks to me like it would be the Faroe Islands, and that would be about the same length of trip as today in total. I need to see what that airfield is equipped for, if it can take me. There's Vagar airfield. That should be able to take a DC-3. That's almost certainly going to be my next trip then. So instead of going directly to Iceland, I might stop by the Faroes. That will be a scary trip though, because that is all the way out in one direction with RNAV only and no GPS. I could very well easily miss Vagar altogether and end up hitting Iceland if I don't pay attention. So I will probably take enough fuel to go straight over and plan on landing. So it'll be a fairly heavy aircraft to take off from somewhere. Excuse me. Still a little high. I keep trying to work this aircraft down to 6,000 and it just does not seem to want to come down. It's crazy. You know it's a sunny day when the missus wants to go out in the garden and enjoy the sun. Okay. 2 miles. Alright, let's start the change. Transfer over to VOR2, which will be just on the edge of vision, I would imagine. Well, I couldn't have asked for a better transition on the music. tell you what, Vulcan looks bloody amazing. Alright, while we're waiting on that, let's review the charts for Sombra. View our approach chart for runway 9. Makes sense to me. So intercept radial. So start at that point, come out heading. So 317 feet per minute is what they want. And we'll take radial 247 when time comes. Oh, and there come the needles. Okay, not doing too badly now. 12 miles out. Still established at 6,000 feet. Actually, we're now travelling east, so we should transition. So let's take 7,000. I said let's go up, not down. Smell like it. Let's pop in a climb. 34. There's a reflection of Scotland in my nose. That's interesting. Let's check fuel. That means looking good. Means looking fine. Auxiliaries are untouched. Good. And that there is Kirkwall Airfield. To make my turn. There's the swing and on. What else have we got in terms of nav aids? Kirkwall itself, and then so Sumterland is the 090 landing strip. That's what we're going for. Yeah, sorry, I'm give you a nicer view outside. How about that? Ooh, getting a bit of smoke on the left engine, are we not? Oh no, that's both of them, that's fine. Let's just check pressures and temperatures. All looking okay. There's nothing there that's unacceptable. Ready to check?
Five by five.
Yeah, I just passed Kirkwall 6 miles ago. How are you getting on?
I am 8 miles from Kirkwall.
Not bad.
Annoyingly, I can't see you at all, or a label, which is peeing me off.
It's probably all my fault. I don't know how, but it'll be something I've done wrong. You'll find me at 7,000 feet if you can see me at all.
Yeah, I'm at 7,000 exactly, and 6 miles out from Kirkwall now. 7,000 exactly.
Probably a bit more interesting when we get over to Sunborough. Scenery is beautiful though, isn't it?
Yep, it certainly is, and it's smooth as butter.
Come on DCS, sort your shit out, get this on.
Actually, we might get told off for talking on Unicom on that too.
Looks like we've got oh, looks like someone else is going to be joining us in a Cessna 177 in Sunborough. We flew from EGQK, where's that? Where the hell did he come from? Oh, he's already on one of the lower islands, that's what it is, I think. Okay, where the hell is that? No idea where he started. Carb time's under control. Aircraft's trimmed fairly well behaved. No range of any controllers. Shadows are brilliant. It's the light coming through the dome at the back there. That's brilliant. Little effects like that I just love. Domestos. You're gonna see me 43 miles out from Sombra on the radio. just over 7,000 feet from you. Right, so that Fair Isle is not an aircraft station; it's a heliport. Oh, Cookie, what a shame. I would totally have taken you with me if you wanted to die. I've already binned one plane already in this session. Let's have a look at forecasts. And oh, fairly hefty wind at 12,000 to 21 knots. That's going to get sporty. I'll definitely wind. Well, landing 090. Although I am tempted to take this other runway. What's that? 24. Let's see if they've got. Let's see if they've got any information on our approach for runway 24. Because I think that would be a better approach, landing into the wind. No, runway 24 is not a runway. It's a taxiway now. Runway 27? No, I want to land it into the wind, so yeah, runway 09 would be the most sensible one. Oh no, there's a runway 15. There we go, what am I talking about? Oh. Yeah, but it's GPS only. No. No, no, I'm telling lies, here's one. Summit approach for 148. Intercept the radial, fly radial 338 for 10 miles, then turn, 5.5 miles, then turn. Intercept 148 and then land. Okay, nice and simple. We'll dial that in on the nav ball now. 34, 35, 348, 2 clicks. Okay. Weather's different. Brilliant. Cookie, I'm flying a DC-3. Yeah, it's one of my personal favourites for if I'm doing this kind of flying. Oh, nice choice, Cookie. I need to find a decent one of those for X-Plane 11 that actually works. I do like my earlier jetliners as well. I've got a B707 somewhere. It didn't work too well on X-Plane 11 the last time I tried it. I don't think it's been updated either, sadly, so... I'll have a peek at that then, Domestis. I hope not, white boy. I'm in a DC3. How much is clickable? Oh god, I do not want to click enough buttons. Let's see, I can do things like adjust markers on down to things like marketing bees. I'd like a super connie, that'd be nice too. I can calibrate my horizon, which I don't want to touch. I can adjust the first nav station and switch it between ADF and VOR. I have a rudimentary autopilot, which is more of an attitude hold. I change fuel gauges, turn on and off carburetors, adjust propellers, fuel and throttle mix, lock the tail wheel, adjust trim, change fuel selectors. I can control whether I want my supercharger in faster, not so fast basically. And then I've got a whole bunch of alerts for comms. I can, if I wish, turn on water skis, air skis for landing on snow. That is for oxygen, if I want to be breathing oxygen. I don't need that right now, I'm not above 10,000 feet. What else? Gear and flaps are clickable. Cowl flaps are settable. I've got inbound on an axis though. That's about it. It's basically completely designed for VR. Cookie Monster, I'm sure there probably is an F104. The switches above my head, yes, they're all working, so all these work. I can feather and adjust lighting on both sides. That's the radio stack up there. I should be using that, but it's a pain in the ass, so I usually just click on the map and tell my co-pilot virtually to do it. Yeah, if you want to get into X-Plane 11, V-Skylab's DC3 is it would be a fantastic addition to your stable. It's not too expensive, it's like $20. I'll wait for a nice sale on the X-Plane 11 website, you can get it as low as 12 sometimes. And the modelling is outstanding. Very complex engine management. As you saw, sudden surges in RPM will kill the fire, but will kill the engines. So you do need to treat the engines nicely, or they cough and explode and go in a ball of fire, which you have fire extinguishers for down at your feet. Down there. There's an escape hatch up here for if you totally bin it. And if you want to turn it into a cargo jetliner, there's a button to do it somewhere. No, maybe not anymore, maybe we changed that. They must have changed that. But yes, I'm not going to play a game of what does this button do now when I'm this close to finishing. Let's see. That's going to be Sombra Field up ahead. So as you can see, this airfield has this section of runway has been cancelled and it's now just a taxiway. I intend to land on this runway here, 16 or 14, just because I'll be landing into the wind then. I don't think the wind's very strong at my altitude, but I am not taking the chance. And there's a couple of aircraft decided to jump in and join us at Sombra. What we got? Yep. An observer, and oh, that guy in the C-177 appears to have landed. Very nice. It's just to see which runway he's on right now. Oh, he's on the taxiway, that's fine. Okay. When you're not on VATSIM, there are AI ATC. It's not as accurate as the real thing, but it's better than DCS. worse than BMS, I would say. They just assign you at altitudes and headings and yell at you if you're not following them, basically. Alright, let's see, distance. 12 miles out. Let's start our descent. So, let's see. In range is manifold pressure 23 and RPMs to 2000. So, let's bring up the RPMs and bring this down to 23. Trying desperately to try and keep the needles centered. Then we trim the aircraft to adjust the descent. Let the aircraft slow down. Alright, so we're going to descend down to 3000. I mean, look at that. Like, these reflections and everything are just amazing. I don't even have a high-end computer. Best follow suit. Looks like everyone else is jumping down to RNAV 09, so I'll take RNAV 09. Let's have that chart back up in front of me then. Go, so hit the radial, turn left heading 247 for me because I'm a cat seabird. Okay. I'll probably get there before him. It's supposed to be 2100. That's right, Domestus, you actually paid attention to the charts. I'm an idiot. Let's cut the throttle a little more. Let's get this rate of descent down a bit more without totally loading up the aircraft. I'm not a fan of this music. Unfortunately, I've run out of hands. Alright, so as the needle swings, we travel for 1 minute and then we turn. That allows us to intercept the radial at a decent rate. Damascus, it's a tough one. Yeah, just go for it, Damascus. I got 15 seconds for my turn, and then by then I should be at 2,100 anyway. It is a bit, yeah. You can turn the friction down all the way, but part of it also helps if it's just been given a fair workout in the first place. You can crank it back and forth a few times. It kind of warms up or loosens up the gel or the lubricant or whatever it is that stops it from sticking so much. Just needs a bit of a workout. Alright, let's level off. Yeah, the X56. Demesis has just got himself Jules's old one. Which reminds me, Jules, what are you working with now? It's not friction, more or less. It's do you want friction or do you want to have to clamp your disc to the ground? It's just friction and more friction, not more or less friction. The heading was 243. Oh god. I need to get back up to my altitude there. She's a bit of a pig in a turn. Alright, let's just make this one straight in actually. Let's just let this aircraft slow right on down. You're out. We'll take a circle round. Final Staran 127, Sombra. At the moment, it's just a scoring system, Jules. Gear down and locked. And cut the throttle. Floor down. I wouldn't say butter, but I'll take it.
車會就其實好難。
Yeah, just given that we made it to the airport, yes. Alright, almost there. And I'll just park it right up next to this Texaco, since how I will need a fairly hefty amount of oil and fuel for this aircraft. Alright. Engines down. Cut the power. Generators out. Fuel off. Landing lights definitely off. We done it! Finally. Alright, I'll be planning my next leg later. Go ahead and pop into the Discord channel if you want to say hi. And let me know where you think I could go. But for now, I'm going to call it there for tonight. And I hope you guys have a very pleasant evening. We'll try and work on why I can't see anybody in that sim just you for now, but I've got an idea. We'll catch you soon.